Hi guys, so here is my tutorial for how to do those like little edits of people that I do on TikTok. So the first thing you do is open up like photos, and then there's a little cutout thing on the far right. This is how I get a full white background, and it does it by itself most of the time, but if there's anything out of place, you can use that brush tool in the eraser to make it right. So then you get out of there and make sure you save that, because you go to drawing and pick canvas, and I make it like a full screen size. And then you can go to the button second from the left and push sticker, and what you just cut out should be under cutouts in my stickers. Here's a bunch of the other ones I've done before. So just get it to the right size to fit the screen. Make sure you have room for hair at the top and shoes on the bottom. And on that far right on the bottom button is for layers. So make a new layer for most of the things so that you won't erase different things. So here's me just looking for a shirt. It might take a minute. They have a lot of options on here, and if you do want to go on the internet and search clothes with like a white background, you could also add your own clothes, but this is just an easier option. I should have sped through this part. I guess it just goes to show how many options there really are. So I picked this long sleeve crop top, and as you might have seen before, I added a new layer. So this is on top of the other one. So if I were to erase part of Dr. Phil, then it wouldn't be erasing the new shirt. So next I open first I add a new layer, and then I open the sticker menu again and find a pair of pants. And then since this is on a new layer, just adjust it. You can move your layers around, like overlap them, so if you need something to be under something or above something, you can move it around so that you can see what you're doing. So now I'm going to a different layer, and I'm going to erase Dr. Phil's legs. So that eraser tool down there, you can change the size and hardness or opacity, and then just erase what you need to. See, I'm on the Dr. Phil layer of himself, and I'm just erasing the background and not messing with the jeans at all. So these layers are nice to have. So I guess I'm going in now and erasing his suit, and I don't even know right now. So also the eyeball next to the layer can hide it or show it again. Next, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do his hands. So I will open up the same cutout of him from before and just use his original hands, and just erase the other parts of him that I don't need. And it's kind of hard to do this with your finger, but it works. So like if you had an iPad maybe with an Apple Pencil, that would work a lot better than just using your finger on a small iPhone. So I'm going to add another one of Dr. Phil on the same layer as the other hand, so that I can get his right hand. And they do have hands on here when you click the stickers, and you can search hands, but he already had visible hands, so I just chose to use those. And like I said, you see me dragging the whole picture up and down. It's just kind of hard to maneuver things up close on an iPhone, but it works. So after I erase the side of his hands, I'm going to go in and click the eraser and change the size so I can get in between his fingers right there. And it's really the small details that matter and like pull everything together, so that's why I'm going so hard at it. Then I'm just going to erase the rest. No, I must have had to redo this part. So yeah, I'm just going to change the size again and go in between his fingers to get that white space out of there. And now I'm going to go back to the Dr. Phil layer and erase the top of his suit and pretty much any part of his old clothes that we're showing. So I can draw on a new neck to fit with his new shirt. And I sped some parts of this video up, but there's some parts I left in real time just so maybe you could be able to see it easier. So I'm still just erasing his suit. And then now I'm going to go in with the paintbrush. And I do this part on the background layer because I'm not sure what that was, but whenever I draw on skin, I do it on the background layer, so it'll be underneath of everything, so I'm not drawing on top of stuff. So you can use the eyedropper tool to pick his skin tone, and sometimes it doesn't match very well, so you can just go around different parts of his face or whatever to match it better or get some highlights or shadows in there. And what I like to do when I'm doing like shadows to try to blend stuff in, I just turn the opacity down of the brush so it's not a harsh line, it's just kind of like softer. So I'll do that here in a second to try to get a shadow under his chin to blend what I drew in with his actual face. So for that, I would be going back onto the layer of Dr. Phil so that anything I draw on him actually won't be underneath, so you won't be able to see it, if that makes any sense. So there's his neck. Just going back in on the other side. And from far away it looks decent. Up close you can see the lines and stuff, but... So now I'm going in with his stomach. I literally just looked up stomach and picked the one I thought fit best, I guess, on a new layer, I think, if not on a layer, the first layer, so it would be underneath all the clothes. Yeah, I did it on the Dr. Phil layer. But yeah, it's pretty easy. You just have to know like the layers and the layering of everything and stuff like that. So now I think I'm gonna go in with some shoes, and there are so many options, but you just have to make sure that they're facing a realistic way that would fit with the body. So that's kind of the hard part about finding shoes. So if they're both facing, like if it's just one shoe facing sideways, then that would mean he would have like feet that look like SpongeBob's, you know what I mean, how they're both just outwards. I thought these fit kind of well I mean, they're not the best. They're not like the most realistic angle, but I think they worked. And if you were to use just a picture of one shoe, all you have to do is drag one of those squares over to flip it and to make like a mirror image of it if you needed it to face the other way. So I'm just grabbing the same ones again, flipping it like I just said, and just rotating it until I think it looks like it's in a good position. And then I'll just erase the extra shoe. So now he's got his shoes on, he's got his whole outfit put together. All we got left to do is some hair. So I don't think I'll need to do a new layer for this. I can just put it on top of fill or whatever the top layer is so that it doesn't go like if I were to put a layer of hair on Dr. Phil and it was long hair, it would go behind the shirt because that layer is above those. So I think I did it on the shirt layer. And this one didn't really work out. It had white stuff on the side. I didn't feel like erasing it, and kind of covered a lot of his face. So I picked out a little bun for him, and I'm just adjusting it to get it to where it looks like it's actually sitting on his head. And that's really about it. If you guys have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram or comment on here. Because I'm really glad to help you guys out because I think this is just really fun. And it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it, and it took me a minute to get used to it. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope this helped you guys out. Like I said, if you have any questions, just make sure to message me. Thanks for watching. Bye.